And when I know what I'm talking about, instead of guessing, I'll be glad to be there. Alex Jones' show today is the first show I have appeared on in 3 months, and no one has ever heard the material that you're going to hear in a few minutes, because when I got back from 3 months of being absent, one morning I felt, hey, I should pick up the telephone and call these people and ask them what they're doing. And I did. Just a few days ago, I picked up the phone. Sure enough, he answered the phone the first time around. He's over 85 years of age. He nearly died last winter. I didn't know that. Alex, he confessed everything. Now, have you ever thought about the fact that when a person is facing eternity, and everybody knows that graveyard's out there, you realize that even the elite themselves, when they're facing such circumstances as that, will oftentimes tell you things that they would never tell you otherwise. And
Charlotte Iserby's father was Skull and Bones and confessed and repented right before he died of cancer and cried his guts out. It's never too late. Just like the thief on the cross. Pastor, stay with us. We're coming right back.
Why are you letting that search...
Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're here. After Lindsey lays out the new revelations he got from his Bilderberg group, Inside Source, I'm going to go over the announcements that they may cancel the World Cup because of emissions. And they're saying they may ban air travel unless you get a government authorization. Folks, Schwarzenegger's announced they're banning above 40-inch televisions and going to tax all the rest. The enemy is coming in like a flood. This is not a joke. Now, I'm going to shut up in this segment, the next completely. Lindsey Williams, talk to me like I'm a 5-year-old. We have a lot of new listeners. Give them the basics. This insider who almost died has now given you even more information. Pastor Lindsey Williams, you've got the floor.
Alex, you're right. This is not a joke. This man's confessed everything. Over 85 years of age, almost died last winter, and I have not talked to him for 2 years. And 2 years ago, he said the price of crude oil is going from $147 to $50 a barrel, and everybody said, you're stupid, you're crazy, your credibility is going to be destroyed if you dare give out such frivolous information. I did 3 months later, because I have never found these individuals to be wrong. They know what they're doing. They know where they're going. Whenever they say it, you can believe it's going to happen. Wall Street couldn't take it. The OPEC couldn't handle it. And it went to $50 a barrel. In fact, it went down to $34 a barrel. It's going back up to $70. It's going to fluctuate back and forth in between there. And, Alex, when I told that, there was only one or two little old bitty radio talk shows that would dare even allow me on to tell something so stupid. And Wall Street, even some Wall Street people were laughing at me and saying it'll so impact the world it couldn't possibly happen. But, Alex, it happened. Now, I said all of that to say this. This man confessed everything. He sees that graveyards are around the corner. And what you are about to hear this hour, this morning, is shocking. I was stunned when this individual told me this, and I'm still shaken. I mean, you're bound to hear it in my voice. Alex, I am so glad you're coming out with this new DVD. I haven't seen it yet. Since I just got back in the office the other day, I have not the slightest idea that you were putting this out. Folks, you've got to get Alex Jones' new DVD, because when you hear what this elitist told me within the past few days, you're going to know that everything Alex Jones is saying to you is true. You have got to get his DVD. You must pass it out to 3 or 4 million people within the first week's time. Alex, I am so congratulating you to no end for what you're saying.
Lindsey, I want to congratulate you, and hopefully later you're going to tell us about some media you put together to get your inside info out. But he said for at least 1 year it would go to 50. It went to actually 32 at its low one time. Stayed around 50 for the year, as you said. It's gone back up a bit now. What is going on? Give us the inside intel.
Well, everything he said back then happened exactly like he said it, and everything that you're going to hear me say that he had said in the past few days is going to happen exactly like he says. You remember a number of years ago, there was a man who wrote a book. His name was Quigley. It was entitled Tragedy and Hope, and it came to pass exactly as he said it. And when Quigley came out with the book, he was one of them. He was one of the elitists himself. And when he came out with the book, everybody said, Quigley, nobody, why would you dare give out the secrets of the elite? And aren't you afraid giving that out? And Quigley responded, nobody's going to believe it anyway. Now, I'm going to tell you up front right now, whenever I tell you the thing, and this is so different than anything you've ever heard before. This man gave me things that has to do with other things besides anything you've even imagined. And when you hear this, I'm warning you in advance, this is psychologically shaking information. And you are going to have difficult time believing it. But as I said the other day...
Hold on, Lindsey. Lindsey, you're starting to freak me out. You said 25 or longer ago there was oil all over Alaska. You were there. You said where it was at. They've now had to admit that and that they're holding those reserves. You wrote a best-selling book about that. Over and over again, what you've said's been accurate. But then what you said 2 years ago was stunningly accurate. It was actually worse than what you said, not to 50, but to 32. You're telling me now this is... I haven't heard this. Again, you just contacted us and said, I'm ready to tell you this. This guy thinks he may die. I mean, compared to last time, you're saying he spilt his guts. So we're going to go to break. It's a 15-minute segment. It's actually longer than that. It's a 17-minute segment. You're going to have the complete floor. I want you to just roll through what he told you when we come back. Lindsey Williams, very honored. He's breaking this here. I have nothing but respect for Lindsey. And his information has always proven to be 100% dead on. And so I am very upset about what we're about to hear. I think I've got enough, can imagine what it's going to be, because I've got the documents right over here. And it's just, how deep does this rabbit hole go? We'll find out.
We're on the march.
Keep your foot hard on the pedal. Some never mind them brakes. Let it all hang out, cause we got a run to make. The boys are thirsty in Atlanta, and there's beer in Texarkana.
I don't know how anybody could be bored. You thrill seekers out there, you're not going to find thrills bungee cord jumping or climbing mountains like you're going to find fighting tyranny. There's a whole war going on with the social engineers bringing in their planetary eugenics government. It's in all their documents, all their statements. I mean, I have Reuters right here today, Monday, October 19th, saying they may ban people attending the World Cup because emissions are soaring and they can't have carbon tax. Look at this headline. World's future is being decided. We need to curtail air travel now. Curtail. I mean, listen. I've got the treaty. Farmers venturing into brave new world of carbon markets. Look at this. It's total takeover. And the British Lord calling for restricting air travel, he's the guy that owns the carbon credit rating industry. This guy, they don't tell you this in the article, but I have the article where he's the one that calls for that. Look at this. Stern launches credit rating agency. Lord Stern. They don't tell you that, though, when he writes for The Guardian. Look at this. Here is the Copenhagen Treaty. This is only 2 pages of 1,000. Point 38A, global government. I'm going to cover this later, but I'm going to shut up and go to Lindsey Williams. Lindsey, go ahead and launch into this now for me. Go ahead and get into this for me. Go ahead and just recap as much as you can tell us about this guy, the previous info, and get into the new info. Pastor Lindsey Williams, you've got the floor.
A few days ago, now please, folks, understand, this is not a year, 2 year ago information. A few days ago, when I got back in the office for the first time in over 2 months, I picked up the phone. He was very friendly. I was stunned. Now, I'm going to have to admit to you, I am still shaken. Immediately, the very first thing I did was picked up my phone, and I called Kansas City. And I said, I'm hopping the next airplane and coming out there. You have your cameras ready. I went in studio, professional studio, did a multiple camera DVD, 3 of them, two about 1 hour, another one an hour and a half. I have hired a new fulfillment house. Alex, I'm like you with your new DVD. You've got to get it out. You've got to get it out to everybody you can as fast as you can. You're going to understand why whenever I get into this in a moment or two with what he actually said. I'm the same way. I got a new fulfillment house. I said, I want numbers off. We got 7 operators standing by. They'll ship it within 24 hours. And I did 3.5 hours of DVDs. It took me that long to explain everything that this man told me.
Okay, we're going to plug the number. Like this. We're going to plug all the info. But, Lindsey, condense it down. What did he tell you?